You know, some days when you get caught by the police and you think you're in the right and you know they messed up, you have to sit there and take it in stride. Well, today I'm going to talk about the Afro Man situation against the Ohio police that kicked in their door. This is kind of an insane story. I've been seeing it everywhere, and I can't help but to actually talk about it because it's not every day you see you see the person on the other end of the door turn around and do something that relatively is very funny and to try and reclaim the damages done by the police kicking in their door. Now we're seeing online things like where people are getting swatting, which is absolutely appalling. And this one is kind of no real different. I don't know the full details of the case, but it does sound like they were looking for drugs and found no evidence of it. They were looking for someone being trafficked, and there was no evidence found of it. And the doors and the guy's place was kicked in. Afroman is a rap star. He's a singer. He's been in the industry for a very, very long time. And he goes and he's like, well, you know, a couple months after this happened, he's sitting there trying to get reclaimed from the police, from the city, and it sounds like it's fallen through. So he's like, let's do the next best thing. Let's make a viral video and add words to it and make it a rap song, and we'll use the surveillance footage of my home invasion by the police as part of the rap song.
Will you help me repair my gate? Have a slice of my lemon pound cake. Help me repair my door.
Really, it's absolutely absurd. The police come in, they knock down his door, they break his gate, and all he wants to do is reclaim the money for it. Well, this takes an interesting turn because now the police are suing him for using his home footage and their likeness because it's an invasion of their privacy in his place that they legally went in there with a warrant and found no evidence to have the warrant. Afroman put home footage of a police raid in a music video. Now the cops are suing him. This is March 24th when this came out. After police in Ohio raided Afroman's home last August, the rapper, known for his early aux hit including Because I Got High and Crazy Rap, Colt 45 and Ziggy Zags, decided to make something out of it. Law enforcement had searched his home on suspicion of drug trafficking and kidnapping, but found no evidence and filed no charges. They say they kicked down his door, broke his surveillance equipment, stole money from him. This is what Afroman's claiming, and frightened his family. Afroman's real name, yada yada, whatever. He went with the smartest and most peaceful solution. Well, now it's going to be in front of the courts. I asked myself, as a powerless black man in America, you're not nowhere close to powerless, my friend. I gotta say, you have a lot of legal legs to stand on here. What can I do to the cops that kicked in my door, tried to kill me in front of my kids, stole my money, and disconnected my cameras? And the only thing I can come up with was a funny rap song about them and make some money. And honestly, the rap song is harmless, it's hilarious, and probably the best troll that I've seen so far this year. He released an album with the song about the raid. Now some of them and some of the police are suing him, his label, and the Texas-based music distribution company for invasion of privacy. I don't know if this is a law in Ohio where you can't film the cops, but I'm pretty sure you're allowed to film, especially in your own home. That surveillance footage gets used in a court. Now they're going to take that surveillance footage and it will be in the court. They are also trying to bring down the music video at the same time. So if that happens, there's going to be a lot of hell, and this is the Streisand effect at this point. You're trying to silence the what has happened to Afroman, and everyone's going to sit there and talk about it, including myself, because I can't help but to see this. I don't know. This is probably one of the funniest trolls I've seen. Right now, this is troll of 2023. probably going to go out there as one of the greatest ones out there. The video has been viewed over 4 million times at this point on YouTube for help him repair his door. And at 4 million times, I'm pretty sure that's going to pay for your door and your gate. I'm thinking, I don't know what a 4 million view video actually pays, because I get a few thousand every once in a while here, which it pays nothing. It's quite hilarious to me to see this. Afroman, he's running for the presidential campaign in 2024, which, you know what, good on you. He just wants to legalize pot at this point. They did it up here in Canada, and you can see it hasn't really had that strong an effect on anything that's going on. But ultimately, this is just one of those situations where I saw it, I had to talk about it, because it's just too funny not to talk about it. And who doesn't like a good troll every once in a while to talk about? Now, the police suing him over this, over invasion of privacy, is pretty funny, because this, like, where was his privacy when you kicked down that door, when you went into his place? It wasn't there. Now, not being said it wasn't justified, because they did issue a warrant. He does go on later to call the judge racist. Now, we've seen this in the past with other cases, namely Mr. Solmet, where it was faked and stuff like that. So that is its own little case, and you gotta look at this as a case-by-case basis. And Afroman is a bit of an activist, so he is a little bit out there in that sense, but I honestly think what he did here was probably the most harmless thing he could have done, and I believe does fall under fair use for the video, because it was done as a parody and as something funny and something politically funny in that sense. So I think that does fall under fair use law, if I do remember properly. And considering the surveillance footage he owns, it's going to be very, I think it's a very tough case for the police to try and win this one. Now, anyone that's doing threats or anything like that, just don't do that. Don't send threats, because then it just creates this nightmare scenario that we're seeing unfolding in front of us. You know what? People should be able to do their job, regardless of who you are. You should be able to do your job without fear of people retaliating and all these other things. And I think in Afroman's case here, he has done something that is very harmless, and is a very good approach to it. Just like, okay, I'll put out this parody single, and maybe I can pay for my door in this case. You know what? The guy's probably making enough money that he could pay for the door. So it's a very funny situation at that point, and it's nothing more than a stunt at this point for him to move up the rankings on YouTube or something like that. So I find this absolutely hilarious. The whole situation is very wild, and it's just going to go completely out of the ordinary, because now you got the Streisand effect coming down upon it, and if they silence the video and take the video down off YouTube, it's going to create even more reach for Afroman in this case, and he's going to have legs to stand on. Now, is it racist? I don't think so. I don't think there was a racist thing here. I think that's a little bit far out there, but activists will do what activists will do. Anyway, until next time, I've been your proud Canadian Phoenix. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I couldn't help but to talk about this one. I will see you all next time.